Hey guys, welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy VI. Last time, we finished up the Tower of Fanatics. And, well, we made our final preparations. This time, we're going right on into Kefka's tower. Fly up to it and try to land. Time to break into Kefka's domain. I can speak. Celeste, you're really the one who got everyone back together. What's up with you? The statues give the Espers the magical energy they need to live. We destroy the statues. What'll happen? Not really sure, but the Espers' magic too will most definitely disappear from this world. If that happens, Terra is half Esper. What will become of Terra? Now, I really like that they put this in just to add that extra little bit of stake, that hesitancy that means that we might decide, can we go through with this? And it's, it adds a bunch of weight that wouldn't otherwise be there. See if I can remember the parties that I set up for myself. Was Mog in this party? I think Mog was in this party. Trying to remember my my parties here. Pretty sure that's how I had things set up. I'll find out soon enough if things don't work out too well for me. Oh, falling down. And we have new music for the final dungeon. Of course we do. Statues are up ahead, divided into 3 groups. Use Y button to switch between them. Now, there's very few opportunities where this matters. It's basically like 3 different sections of the same dungeon, and for the most part, the parties don't need to interact together. Except for party number 1. Party number 1 needs a little bit of help for this. Now, what we're going to do here is we're going to go up here, we're going to grab this very first treasure chest, and find, holy crap, a bunch of new enemies. Before coming in here, 2 things of very important note. 1, learn the stop spell. It's going to be very valuable in this area. 2, enemies use level 5 Doom. Actually, I don't think any of these ones do, but enemies use variations on death, and many of them will use level 5 Doom. Now, stop on the Great Behemoth, or whichever Behemoth this is, because Behemoths suck. Let's see, we want to use a Flame Saber to throw against you. So that gets rid of you. You can attack that one. Throw your normal dice at it and do almost no damage. I forgot to give you the offering. It's on somebody else at the moment, but I will fix that momentarily. Vector is weak to ice, so let's find out where I put my spells. I don't even think you need Ice 3. Ice 2 should probably do more than enough. Should probably go over what all of these guys are weak to. So Vector is level 59, weak to ice and water. Nothing particularly special about them. Yeah, they fall down pretty quick. Stop is very useful against the Great Behemoth, if I can find it on my notes, who will use Meteor if you don't use that. You can also use Sleep on him, but Stop never expires from what I remember. Also, Great Behemoth is level 58. And who else did we have in here? Evil Oscar, level 56. Weak to fire, counters you when you attack it, I think about 1/3 of the time. Okay, so that does run out. Well, we'll throw on another stop because I really don't want you to do anything to me at this point. Throw Attack Star. We'll use slots. Alright, we're going to try again. Is that it? I think that's it. Really? Video game, you suck. I want to show that off. I've been trying to show that crap off all game long. It will not let me. But yeah, it counters with instant death a third of the time, uses Sour Mouth, obviously, weak to fire, absorbs all other elements, is susceptible to instant death. Let's see, let's throw flare spells at you. I don't think you're weak to anything. You weren't weak to anything, were you? You were not weak to anything. What else? Good enough. And we're already gaining levels. We're gonna gain a lot of those around here. And we got a new helmet, the Hypno Crown, or the Cornet. And by pressing Y, we switch over to our other party. We don't need Terra's party at the moment. But Locke's party, we kind of want to take a look and see what they're dealing with. Let's go over here, find another battle along the way, and find a new enemy, Brontor. First things first, let's see. Brontor is level 50, weak to ice. Use Stop against them so you don't have to deal with them. Also, Locke can do damage. First of all, let's get somebody who actually has spells. I think we want to fire 3 and get rid of you. And then you can do that, and you can do that, and we should be good. You could cast Stop on this guy. He has a bunch of attacks, if I remember. I'm not really worried about him too much, because I can kill him pretty quickly, but... Anyway. Alright, and a red cap. Now what we're going to do is we're going to switch over, and you'll notice the crane seems to be popping around here a few times. And here it is. Now what you can do is approach it, and you can bail straight out of the dungeon. I picked up 2 helmets that can be bet for Genji helmets down the line, so I'm going to go to the Coliseum. And we'll be right back. And we bet the red cap against Rios for a Cornet. Alright, and here against Evil Oscar, we just use Sabin with his dual fire claw set up, and a Genji glove, and a ribbon. And we bet those Cornets for Regal Crowns. I've just done that twice. Now I can bet the Regal Crowns for the Genji helmets, which I've already shown you. The only thing the Cornet does is it increases the success rate of an ability that I haven't even really talked about yet. It's called Control. It can only be used by Realm, and there's also an accessory here. The fake mustache turns his sketch into Control. I forgot to really talk about that at the time. The helmet, I think, can only be equipped by Realm, but the fake mustache can be used by Realm or Gogo, because Gogo can, of course, mimic her. I'm not going to use Control, and I'm not going to use Sketch anymore, other than maybe trying to get the game to lock up, just in case, just to see, to show that it can happen. But yeah, I'm going to bet those last 2 things down the line. You can use Celeste with Perfect Evade, or Dragoon Edgar against the previous enemy if you were looking for strategy on them. And I think the next one is a Pinnacus, which I think I can just use pretty much anything at this point to finish off. Okay, we're back. Now, the way that this dungeon works, as I said, is the parties don't really interact together, but it's more like 3 separate areas of the same dungeon. In order for the first party to make it to the end, however, party number 2 and party number 3 each need to hit a switch. Don't put me on that. So, yeah, instead of starting with party number 1, we're actually going to start with party number 3, and we're going to work our way backward. Now, I might have made a couple of changes here when it comes to my equipment. I don't think I did. I think I gave you an Aegis Shield. I don't think you had that before. I could be wrong. But either way, everyone's pretty much set up. I gave the extra Genji helmet to, I believe, Gaw and Setzer, if I remember correctly. So yeah, those are the relic setups that I've got there. I actually gave Sabin the sprint shoes and gave Celeste the economizer, just to mean I don't have to cast Osmos as much. Sabin doesn't really need the extra help. Even, like, the marble shoes are nice, but, whatever. Alright. Now, there is a door down below. You can see the little upside-down arrow there. But let's do this one first. And we have the same enemy, and as you can see, as it approached, if the frame rate would allow it, there was a bunch of different guys showing up there. Again, they are weak to ice, so if you multi-target by hitting R1, or the right shoulder button there, you'll hit all of them with the spell, and then they all fell down. But there are more than one enemy, there is more than one enemy sitting there, so just kind of, you know, make sure you take note of that. Alright, so yeah, this dungeon, as you can see, is kind of an amalgamation of the Floating Continent and Vector. Here we get a Nutkin suit for some reason. And Enoch. For some reason, I read that this is short for Innocent. Let's not and say we did. He has the Valiant Knife. That could end badly. Yeah, they are weak to lightning. Bolt 3 them and run. Let's see. Innocent, level 52, weak to bolt and water, has auto float, will use muddle on you, susceptible to instant death, but bolt 3 and they die. So there's that. And we gained a level. Celeste, I think, only has one spell left to learn. Pretty sure she just has the Pearl spell left, so we'll work on that. And we get a gauntlet. What kind of junk is this? And we have another new enemy, Prometheus. All of the machine-type enemies are weak to exactly what you think they are. They're usually weak to bolt and water, and so throw that, attack, you know, yeah, level 56, weak to bolt and water. They're pretty much all the same. I believe there's 2 more new ones. Yeah, 2 more enemies that are basically the same, just more mechanical guys that you really shouldn't be all that worried about, other than the fact that the one frickin' muddles you. Scullion! I'm gonna give you 2 guesses on what it's weak to. If you get this wrong, you obviously haven't been paying attention. Alright, Scullion. Level 57, weak to bolt and water. Uses condemned on you. If you want to disable him, because he has a lot of HP, you can cast stop on him, as you can with probably about half the enemies in here, and it's not a bad idea to do. He does counter on death by using an attack, pretty much that attack, Atomic Blast, Atomic Ray, whatever the hell it was. And Sabin gained a level. He's got magic boosting stuff on still. Now that we got those 2 items out of the dead end, let's keep going this way. Remember to heal after battle. Don't heal up Locke too much, but don't leave him with no HP either. Now this looks like a door, but isn't. So that's a thing. And here we get a hero ring. Hero rings are nice. I don't think any of my characters currently need a hero ring, considering most of them already have it, and Locke will not benefit from it, but it's there if you want it. And we have Dueler and Skybase, 2 more of the enemies that do exactly what you think they do. First things first, magic. Skybase is a scary sumbitch. Skybase, level 52, weak to bolt and water. Counters with death. We don't want that. Also uses stop on you. Best way of dealing with him is to mute him so that he can't use instant death as a counter, and then you can take him out just fine. Now, pretty much my plan for Sabin is going to do either Air Blade or Bum Rush. If there's an enemy I really need to take out, I'll Bum Rush him. If not, and there's a lot of them, I'll use Air Blade like that. Yeah, see, there's Blaster. That's what he's trying to do. Level 5 Doom, level 4 Flare. Lots of powerful attacks can be done in here. Do I need to revive anybody? Ow. Okay, we survived, I'll take it. There's pretty much, that's how this area goes. Try and eliminate the enemies as quickly as possible, if possible. If not possible, try and survive. Oh yeah, and that dueler enemy was level 53, weak to bolt and water. Again, one of the most boring basic enemies you could possibly encounter. Did I miss something? The answer to that is yes, I missed something. I was trying to remember which room this was accessible from. Here it is. This is one of the most complicated and convoluted ways of getting there that you can imagine. So I'll disable the background layers to make our lives easier. Here we have Fortis. I think that's Latin for power, if I remember correctly. Fortis is... I was wrong. There was a lot more of these guys. Level 54, weak to bolt and water again. Not particularly interesting, but there are enemies here. Kill them. As long as they don't get attacks in, we don't have too much to worry about. Most of the enemies around here do counter with something, so just kind of be aware of that. Unfortunately, Edgar has been doing a lot of jumping and not really a lot of landing. Here we get another Aegis Shield. Put that back. Who needs that? If I'm going to give it to anybody, I'm probably going to give it to you. Yeah, the more evade you can get, the better. If you weren't going to set him up for evade, you could give him another setup with Genji armor, Genji helmet, and the Genji shield or something instead if you wanted. But he's the only one I have using force armor. If I had swapped my parties around and swapped Mog and Edgar, then I would probably be giving Edgar the force armor instead of the Genji armor so that he could have really high evade. Yeah, there's nothing special about back here other than it's a pain in the ass to find. But yeah, Skybase, very, very scary. Counters, I'm not sure if it's 100% of the time, but it's often enough that you don't want anything to do with it. I think I can one-shot it with a Bolt 3 spell, hopefully. If not, I'm in trouble. Okay, that's fine. Okay, good. But yeah, just make sure you get rid of them as quickly as possible. Level 5 Doom, if any of your characters are a level multiple of 5 and they don't have a way of negating that through an accessory or through perfect evade, they're gonna die. There's not really anything we can do about this. Damn, the encounter rate is kicking my ass. Now we can go up here. I don't know why, but I always manage to screw that up. Alright. I believe down here leads back to an area we've already been to, so we don't need to go there, or it leads somewhere that I'm not worried about. Now you'll notice, up in the top left corner, there's something different. Okay, we're back. I did make one little change. Ouch, level 4 flare kind of hurts. Yeah, we have Inferno. And the only change I made was I gave Celeste the gem box because I want to get rid of his helpers, Rough and Striker. Inferno, level 67, absorbs fire, weak to lightning. Striker, level 67, I think that's the nearest hand. That one is level 67, weak to, or absorbs ice, weak to fire. Rough, the back one, level 69, nice. Absorbs lightning, weak to ice. You don't have to worry about Rough or Striker at all. Striker has 11,000 and Rough has 8,000 HP. Main guy has 30,800. You can inflict instant death on the, where's my stop spells? On the other guys there. If you want to, not the main dude, but you can inflict it if you wanted to. Sadly, it doesn't do particularly well in this case because it makes the boss do a lot of dumb things that we would rather he not do. So we're going to stop these guys, get them out of the way so we don't have to worry about them without forcing the boss to go into pissy boss mode using Meteor a whole bunch of times. And unfortunately, most of my characters are kind of dumb in this case, and they will target the wrong things because they are not targetable. Alright, so Bolt 3, we're going to single target the main boss guy and do as much damage to him as we can. We don't want to target any of the other ones, but he's not going to last all that long. It's kind of an easy boss. He uses So Bad, which I don't even know what it does because it never seems to work. He uses Bolt 2, Bolt 3, Meteor. Dealt hit of all of the end guys are alive. They also auto-revive after, I think, like 20 seconds. Atomic Ray, which we saw. Fire Elemental. Gigavolt, Lightning Elemental. Shockwave, I can't remember if that's Elemental or not. If it is, it's probably Wind Elemental. And like I said, he will go into Pissy Boss mode if you get rid of both the other guys. He'll also use Tech Barrier, which basically gives him, I think, Safe and Shell. So yeah, you don't want that either. But yeah, there's not really a whole lot to the fight other than that. So yeah, we're just going to swap this back out for the Economizer and have her heal everybody up except for Locke, who has more than enough HP, and well, he can do more damage now. Alright. What else we got here? Maggie Elixir. Nice. One note with the offering is if your Locke's randomly targeting people, if he reduces one of the enemy's HP to 0, he won't continue attacking that one. He'll direct all of his attacks on other enemies until no other enemies are alive. Now, here's an interesting little thing. You'll notice over there to the left, there's some stuff blocking the way. Well, that little sparkle, if you get here and press that switch, then leave this dungeon and come back, it will have undone the fact that you pressed it, and the sparkle will no longer be here, according to what I've heard. I also heard it happened if you just leave the dungeon in general, which I've just proved wrong, but anyway, let's grab the Rainbow Brush, which would be Realm's best weapon if, well, it was good, and compared to the Magus Rod, it is not good. Alright. Hello, what have we here? Okay, I'm as ready for this as I'll ever be, which means I changed I ran into a fight literally on the same frame as the enemy. Okay. Well, that's a thing. Wow, okay. Was not prepared for that. Level 59, Retainer, weak to poison. Uses death a lot. We've already seen these guys. In order to get around its trade-off counter, what you want to do is you want to cast the Imp spell on them. Now this does make their normal attacks critical, as it does with many enemies if you cast Imp on it, but we're not really too worried about that. Anyway, there's Bum Rush. Well, there goes Dark Force. I will be talking about Dark Force later, so don't worry about that. We'll just ignore that for now. Alright, no, don't kill that one. Don't kill that one. Yeah, kill that. No, not that one. And there's trade-off. Oh, the evade kicking in. Well, that's a thing. I was literally right there. Now I gotta heal. Okay, now we're as ready for this fight as we're ever going to be. This is another one of the sad dragons. Skull Dragon, level 62, 38,800 HP. Absorbs poison, weak to fire and pearl. He's basically an undead dragon. He uses lots of status effects. That doesn't matter because he's going to be dead in one round. Weak to fire and pearl. Well, we just so happen to have fire, Bum Rush, locked with an offering, and a Pearl Lance, which will do ridiculous amounts of damage when Mog finally comes down. If he gets there. And he doesn't even get there. I think Mog does something ridiculous like 9,000. Fire 3 does better than Pearl, apparently. But yeah, this is one of the most laughable dragons. And they've all been laughable, honestly. But yeah, he never even he gets one turn. That's all he gets. He drops a muscle belt, which we already know increases our HP. We have one dragon left. Okay, scary fight, especially from the back. We've seen outsiders before. We know what they do. They hurt. Alright, first things first. Outsider, for some reason level 18, unless the walkthrough is wrong about their level. I don't get it. Weak to Pearl, absorbs poison, uses death. Two ways of dealing with them. They're susceptible to instant death. That's a good thing. The second thing is you can use Stop or Muddle. And if you have... who is it? The old man, Strago. I was going to say Setzer, but I knew that was wrong. If you have Strago with you, I'm still doing it. Then he can inflict a level 3 Muddle on them to take care of them just like that. We're going to start off with X Zone. Ow. Please get rid of at least one of them. And that's probably going to hurt. Alright, next thing, Madam. Madam's pretty scary, but there's another way of dealing with her too. Level 53, weak to poison. You can use Stomp, Berserk, and Imp to disable her from doing the things that she does, which are all pretty scary. So yeah, you kind of want to stay away from her. She does, I think, some status effects as well as probably instant death. Everything around here uses instant death. You can MP kill her, but again, don't recommend it. I'm not sure why I said again. I'm just used to saying it for that. Try and X-Zone you. Interestingly enough, well, you just guaranteed your own death there by attacking Locke and not finishing the job. But if you lower, or if you survive, I think it's 5 turns of their AI script, they will use their Ruin instant death attack on themselves, apparently. I guess they're supposed to be like assassins that if they can't kill you, they will take their cyanide tablets and, you know, not be able to be extorted for information. But, yeah, it's kind of weird that. And I'm half destroyed. Let's, yeah, even Locke. Let's just get everybody healed up and move on. Or inside. Ah, we've made it to the end. And we hit a switch. I think you have to stay on this switch. Anyway, I'm going to grab the offering as well as my espers, remove them, and next time we're going to do path number 2. The second group is the ones with the flame shields, and they're going to fight some bosses of their own. So anyway, that's pretty much all for this one, and I'll see you guys next time.